Join the Classic Game Room community to get your questions answered on Thursday CGR Q&A. The following review has been approved by Lord Carnage and the best of Classic Game Room. Welcome to Classic Game Room. This is Quick Step on Atari 2600, a game where a kangaroo battles a squirrel on magic trampolines. How can this be bad? After all these years reviewing hundreds of Atari 2600 games, I still get excited when I spot the silver and rainbow bespeckled Imagic game cartridge. It's Quick Step, a game that's kind of like Q*bert, but not at all. Quick Step is a Frantic game where one player controls a kangaroo. You know what? I'll just read the instruction manual. You'll love it. Gary sent me a printout of the instruction manual, so I shall now do Quick Step spoken word. A squirrel and kangaroo engage us in claiming trampolines. Outrageous! They hop and leap and spring and skip and try to make each other slip. Some mats are white and make one glow while others disappear. Oh no! Those tricky trampolines can trap and carry a player away in a snap. Colors alter as you bound, ladders appear at a sound. The pace picks up, the challenge grows, and just who wins? No one knows. The objective in Quick Step is to score points by landing on colored blocks, changing them to your color, and then you score additional points when those blocks recede into the bottom of the screen. And by blocks, I mean trampolines. So obviously what you want to do is hop along them when they're at the edge, but beware, if you get caught at the bottom of the screen, you'll get sucked into it like a black hole and die horribly, suffering a painful death over thousands of years. Or at least until the next time you turn on your Atari. Alright, now it's not obvious at all, but if you land on the white block when it appears, that will give you some offensive power for a short period of time. If you can land on the same block as your opponent, you'll freeze them for a few seconds, which is pretty much certain doom. The gold blocks give you a superpower so you can push a button when landing on one of the trampolines, making it disappear. Great for screwing over your opponent. The block formations, or I guess descending trampolines, get far more challenging and start moving faster as the game progresses. It gets pretty intense after a while. It's actually really good. This is rare for an Atari game from this period in that it actually fits the title of the game, Quick Step. It's a fast-paced game with a good flow once you get into it and makes a great two-player game. When you hear that tune, prepare for a ladder of blocks that you have to climb to the next section. The game's biggest problem is that it just doesn't look very good. It looks immediately confusing and not cool. But it is cool, especially when you know you've killed your opponent inside of the Atari vacuum of nothingness. Unfortunately, the game comes to a quick end when your opponent loses all of their lives. Now you score some bonus points for their death and dismemberment. He's trapped. There he goes. That's a shame. But two players, even if it's just you versus the computer, are required to keep the game going. Yeah! Squirrel, you are the lesser life form. So I've got a Classic Game Room intergalactic space arcade-sized shout out and thank you to send all the way to Gary from Ridgewood, New Jersey. Thank you, Gary, for sending Quick Step. Honestly, I didn't expect much from this game. It's surprisingly good. Haha! Yes! Victory is mine. The kangaroo usually wins. It's best enjoyed as a two-player game, but Quick Step is worth owning for your Atari 2600. You see what I did there? I trapped him and murdered that squirrel. That's what kangaroos do. They murder squirrels when you're not looking. They're very dangerous creatures. The Best of Classic Game Room is now on DVD, Blu-ray, and Hyper Laser Vision album set.